church. Most of what defines a denomination is its theological views and practices. Different interpretations of sacred texts and doctrinal positions on things such as the nature of God, the role of sacraments, views on salvation, and how the church must run resulted in the creation of different denominations. In everyday usage, we use the word church as a fairly generic descriptor for both the organizations and buildings of organized Christian religion. Denominations are the different branches of the Christian Church, born from historical schisms, e.g., Roman Catholic, Anglican, Methodist, etc. Church, a religious organization whose congregations are united in their adherence to its beliefs and practices. Jesus wouldn't approve of any denominations denying the holy sacraments, especially those who deny his real presence in the Holy Eucharist. The denomination of the first Christians was Catholic. The only reason multiple denominations exist is because Rome refused to reconcile with Luther. Jesus was a rabbi and a teacher of Judaism. He taught about the kingdom of God, he taught ethics, and at his final Passover meal, he talked about a new covenant, alluding to Jeremiah 31 verses 31 to 34, according to which God would write his laws onto the hearts and minds of his Jewish people. Yeshua did not intend to start a new religion. Yeshua intended to bring people back to God. He intended to draw all people to himself. John 12 verse 32. Jesus taught the Pauline doctrine of justification by faith alone on the basis of an imputed righteousness, not an inherent righteousness that God works in us. In fact, when we listen to Paul in Philippians 3 verses 4 to 9, we are tempted to think he was the Pharisee in Jesus' parable in Luke 18 verses 9 to 14. The problem with religion is that it's easier than following Jesus. It is usually a given that something is wrong with us or with the world, perhaps critically or otherwise just a little off, but most people agree that something must be done because all is not right in the world as it is. Religion, in most cases, offers us the chance to do something. Paul claimed he saw Jesus in a vision, and everyone believed he saw Jesus. Paul gives 3 different descriptions of these life-changing events. No one has ever thought that he might have seen Satan in the picture of Jesus, or that he made it all up. There are 2 cases. Paul saw something or saw nothing but claimed he did. If the first one was true, that means he saw Satan, who misled him into starting a religion of paganism and polytheism that contradicted thousands of years of Judaic monotheism. If the second one is true, it makes sense because the Romans at the time used to believe in a religion consisting of gods and sons of gods, and the Romans were controlling the Jews, so it doesn't seem to be far from a possibility that the Romans wanted to start a new religion that combines their own with the Jewish one, because if you combine Greek polytheism with Jewish monotheism, the result would be what we call today the inexplicable Trinity. 3 gods, one of them is the son of another. Still, they're all one God at the same time. Therefore, to keep me from becoming conceited, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan to torment me. 3 times I pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me. But he said, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses so that Christ's power may rest on me. 2 Corinthians 12 verses 7 to 9. If we were to read from the beginning of this epistle, we would easily understand that Paul is being taught a lesson by God. This is so that Paul can avoid becoming conceited through his own experiences. Thus, God has put a thorn in his side, a messenger of Satan. This, however, is not a position unique to Paul. According to the Old Testament, God has and frequently does send evil spirits/messengers of Satan to his people. God tests man in his loyalty, faith, and understanding of the knowledge he has given. These tests are the results of the temptations of Satan/Samael.